recapping the 2 trades I took. What date is it? Yeah, 14th of January, and I made about $2,600, I believe, around that. And I'm just gonna walk you through why, because many of you people were probably bullish. But what y'all did wrong is that you forgot the higher time frame. So basically, I also start in the 4-hour ish, and like this couple of recent days, we go up, we go down, we go up, we go down, and we kind of have this like bullish trend. We make higher lows, higher highs, and on this day, this is Tuesday, CPI day, we finally sweep all of those highs. Let's not forget that we have this monthly SMT with all-time high. ES has swept out all the highs, and what we do here is we kind of only sweep this. We make a failure to displace higher, and this caught my eye. So, and not only we have really good draws on the upside, but what we did here is that this high didn't displace above this. We only swept it. So what we made here is change of character, changing the state of delivery right here. Or if you want to take that low, doesn't matter. In the 4-hour, on the London session, we also made this, changing the state of delivery. And this is the only moment, this couple of last days, where we actually break down lower, except this day. But yeah, we still made a higher high. And this time we didn't, so now we're kind of shifting momentum towards the downside. And let's not forget, we have that low, we had that low, we also had that low. So all of this is like a low resistance liquidity. We also have this unfilled new week opening gap, stuff like that. So at first, I kind of wanted to see a retracement to the upside, considering how I like the draws above. So we have 830 high, we have PPI here. And we had this unmanipulated through the open, so no structure below, above, which means this candle, the daily candle, no, not that one, but 4-hour and 1-hour, we don't really have a big wick. We also have this unfilled 1-hour. We have equal highs here. That one of them is Asia high, London high. So I know many people tried longing of this. Here, which is kind of not bad, but I was watching some more. Basically, we had this little buy model here, very short, to take out of all of these pre-market highs, really. And I just saw us dumping, and I was just chilling, basically, waiting for a good setup. So what happened here is I drew out this fib tool after I was going down, and we edged this low right here, this sell side liquidity. This low right here, and we had 4-hour unfilled for value gap right below, and continuing to have this end dog or end wog, we still have nice draws to the downside. So I'm expecting us to go lower, and usually when we have such a big move, like quickly at market open, it usually likes to trend lower, like we did today. So I'm only looking for continuation shorts, which is higher probability, right, since we are trending downwards already from the higher picture also. So I had this through the open, this old key level that I found. We also had 5-minute gap. So what I did then was I waited for this internal rejection block, which we made. And then I wanted, and yeah, before we made that, we also had this kind of turtle soup right here that made an SMT, which was like my final confirmation for these shorts. And then it went up. I'm really happy I didn't foam my entry, so I got my entry here. I waited for us to actually reach the top again, which makes me so I can manage my risk really well, and still made this 5.5 R. Should have held this longer, but either way, I took another banger later, which I'll be walking you through. But that's about it, SMT, rejection block, 5-minute. We're also above discount, and we were also above 10 a.m. So I kind of expected us to go up higher, and I could use this as my target. We actually had a pretty nice bounce off of it, but still, and these lows and the unfilled gap as my drawn liquidity to the downside. So this setup is really good. I like this. I like it a lot. This works usually most of the time. What you could have done also is wait for this change in the state, this final move up, and take your entry on the retest, and then you can have your stop loss here. But I decided to actually go for it because I was confident in this. Didn't risk so heavy because I knew the market will provide a lot of opportunities. So I'm like almost guaranteed to take another trade later on. To trade, I want to have my draws and liquidity right. So we have these stacked lows here, this unfilled new week opening gap, which has a really good magnet, and as having this displacement, I'm obviously gonna look for continuation shorts down. So I made about 1.6k trading the Nasdaq on this, and yeah, about 1k here. So it's a really good day. So you can see we edged this low, making equal lows. So this was my initial target. Kind of sold a little bit early, but either way, this was a really good setup. Barely in drawdown. It was hella nice. I take these trades 100% of the times. And not only that, you see we have this 10 a.m. here, which actually has a really good support on price. We have this 50-minute fair value gap. What's with this shit, man? We have this 50-minute fair value gap, and you can see the CE levels line up really well. I'm gonna make this a little bit so you can see. So CE level. We also had this change in the state on the 50-minute. Just gonna make this green so you guys can separate it. So changing the state I like to use because I can. It usually gives some really nice precision entries because price like to bounce off these resistance or support zones, whatever you want to call them. So we have got our change in the state, we got our 10 a.m, we got our 15-minute fair value gap. We also got this breaker block right here. We also had this inverse fair value gap right here also. So what I'm doing here is I'm just aligning as many levels as I can. You can see the CE levels align really well. And when I go into the 3-minute also, you're gonna see that this level lines up really well also with this key level. And not only that, since this range is rebalanced and the range before that is rebalanced, I'm gonna draw my fib from this to get the most accurate, right? So what I can see here is that 705 lines up with this really well. And to put the cherry on top, ES was the stronger asset, which is even better for my shorts. So we had an SMT here, bearish SMT. Or I'm gonna just write SMT minus. Let me get at the top center. So this just sums up the trade. I don't think getting any good entries, the most important is having confident draws on liquidity, which we had. Or I had. I should have held this longer. That's completely my fault. But I'm not used to having such big contracts. So that's something I gotta work on. But like I said, successful day, successful trade. It's a flawless trade. You can see breaking structure here. Coming up, retesting, rebalancing. We also got this 50-minute rejection, order block here, which I didn't notice since later. You can see we just tapped it and went down. This is A+ for me. And actually, when having these sort of big moves down, you always want to continue the trend downwards. Especially when we have such good draws on liquidity, all of these stacked lows here. So this is what I call a usual low resistance liquidity run. And when we had those kind of low resistance liquidity run, you can expect price to rebalance quick and to take out these lows quick. So this will happen in a span of 2 hours maximum. And usually what we see is big, fast displacement, which we had. So but what this is open. Yeah. 360 points. It's kind of crazy. Anyways, I think this is everything about the trade. If there's any questions or so, just let me know and I'll try to answer them for you.